Hey guys, Pastor Roger Hendrickson of God's Will Community Church in Yukon, Oklahoma. Hey, I want to talk about church finances, and I just saw a video that made me think about this and talking about small churches, small congregations, and this pastor was talking about um, how small churches would love to do a lot more to help people, whether it's people going to the church or people that do not go to that church, and talked about how it's actually difficult for small churches to be able to help people the way that that church may want to help. The funds are just not there, and compared to the large churches where there's several hundred people going, compared to a small church where you might have just a handful. And it just kind of made me think about God's Will Community Church and what we do here in our church. We have been blessed enough to be able over the years to help people with finances, with electric bills, with rent, food, supplies, uh, single mothers needing a little help. We've always, if we've had it, then we just want to bless people. Um, and that was making me think when I saw the video how apparently somebody had somebody that he has helped in the past, that church, that pastor has helped in the past, and they came back for more help, and they weren't able to do it, and that person went on social media and just, I guess, blasted the church and the pastor for not being willing to help. And his response is, he just couldn't do it. There was no money uh, to help, and that's what a lot of these small churches face. And it just got me thinking about our church, and some of the things that we see in our church. And I would say probably every week, in our church, we have people reach out asking for help once to twice a week. Um, I can say that even though we've been able to help many people over the years, I can honestly say this last year and a half, last year, um, we just haven't been able to do as much as what we've used to do because of finances. And I'll say that people who sow into our ministry, sow into our church, um, you know they have bills, they have things that they're going through personally as well. It could be that somebody's going to another church, they tithe at their church, but they also give and sow into our church, and they weren't able to do that anymore for whatever reason. And so you begin to see those things stop, the giving stop in that way, and it really affects how a church is able to help other people. Now, I look forward to the day that our church grows to a place to where anytime we're able to help somebody, it's not even a question, that we're just able to be a blessing to people. I'm not talking about people taking advantage of the church. We got to be good stewards of God's money. But I'm saying when we're able to help somebody that really needs the help, that there's no question that we're just able to do it. And I look forward to that day. But we are a small congregation, and actually, like I said, we have helped a lot of people in the past. Not so much in the last year or so. We just haven't been able to do it. The finances just have not been there. And when you have just a handful of people coming to the church, uh, then it makes it more difficult. You have you have the rent, you have supplies, you have things that need to be paid. You have insurance. You have all these things, the cost that you have to pay for. And when you're a small congregation, it makes it really tight and hard to be able to bless and help others when in need. And we want to so badly, you know. You want to, I know we, and I could see it in this other pastor that was talking about it. I can see it in him that he just wants to help. He wanted to help, but he just couldn't do it. You know, compared to these larger churches with, like he was saying, the bigger churches where they have like 500 people in their bank accounts have lots of money in their bank accounts compared to us little churches. And, you know, there's a whole lot of small churches compared to the larger churches. And you know what? And he made a point. He said, you know, and when you do help somebody, it's a blessing to be able to help. But he said, you know, sometimes it actually comes back and becomes an issue in the finances because a bill comes up and the church is unable to get that bill paid. For an example, some of the behind the scene things that take place, but you're trying to help people at the same time. Just things that he was talking about, some things that I really connected with because I see it all the time. And but I look forward to the day that God's Will Community Church is able to just, if somebody needs help, we're going to be able to do it. Can't do it right now, but the day's coming. And you know, as far as our church, we go out, do revival, we travel. You know, we do revival, lake baptisms. Next year, I'm excited. We're going to get the mobile ministry going and connect that with the revival and do all that together. As a matter of fact, we had the pantry where we were giving stuff away, but we had to close it down because of rent. We couldn't afford the space anymore. And that's an example of just trying to help people. You know, we were giving stuff away for free, but we still had rent, insurance, electricity, utilities. Well, being a small congregation that we are, we had to let it go. But you know, we're also mission focused. We want to help ministries around the world. We have helped ministries. We do. We're part of ministries, churches around the world, and we try to support the best we can. But it's been tough. Finances just haven't been there. But we know that the Lord will supply all of our needs, and we know that. And we also know this, that people want to sow. People do want to sow in. And that's the thing that I have had to learn over the last few years is if we don't let people know about our ministries and what we're going through, what we're doing, then people don't know to sow and help and give. So if you want to sow into God's Will Community Church, you can go to our website, godswillcommunitychurch.com, go to the Give tab. And we also have a text to give right off your phone. You can text the word give to the phone number 855-930-1766 right there on your phone. And you will get a tax receipt sent to your email. But once again, godswillcommunitychurch.com. Go to the Give tab, or you can text the word give to 855-930-1766. But you know what, guys? We know that God's going to supply our needs. We know that God's going to take care of his church. We know that the Lord's going to supply the needs that we have so that we can continue to be a blessing to churches around the world, to people right here in this community as we travel and do lake baptisms and revivals, whatever the Lord wants to do. And we know that the Lord will open doors for whatever that is, whatever that looks like. We've seen him do it many times. But we also want you to have an opportunity to be blessed to sow into these things. So just some thoughts that came to my mind as I watched this other pastor. Y'all have a great day. God bless.